Uh-oh. Gallop and Gertie is going crazy. Looks like we're seeing some resonance. Resonance. R-E-S-O-N-A-N-C-E. Resonance. I think I love resonance. My first experience with resonance must have been when I was a little kid on the swing set. Maybe it was my dad pushing me on the swing, and he would push at just the right moment in time so that I would go higher and higher and higher. And then when I got older, I learned how to do that myself. So you would swing your leg at just the right moment in time so that you would go higher and then higher and then higher and then higher until you could maybe get to that mythical point where you would go all the way around. I never did that, but that was the goal. And then when I was young, maybe my second major interaction with resonance was hearing music. You would maybe hear somebody blow air into a flute or something, and the vibration of that air column going into the musical instrument, it was like an input of energy, and it vibrated at just the right amount so that it got amplified in that flute, and then you could hear a musical tone come out of there. And there was always that other mythical story of, oh yeah, some singer, usually a woman, could sing so high and clear and strong that a piece of glass held next to her would all of a sudden pick up that vibrational energy, and it would just amplify so much that it would just shatter. The glass would just shatter. When I got older, another encounter with resonance, which was a little dangerous and exciting, was I was in college, and in the dormitories, there were elevators back in Chicago. And one of my friends at the time, Annie, I was a freshman, Annie was a sophomore, she knew the ways of the land. And she was like, oh, hey, guys, come into this elevator, watch what I can do. And we started to take the elevator going from the first floor to the fourth. And she's like, all right, everybody, jump at this rhythm. And then they would jump and jump and jump. And you could feel the elevator move more and more with every jump. Do not do this in real life, because the energy that Annie and the rest of us were putting into that elevator, it was being added into the system at just the right moment to make that elevator move more and more and more. And if we kept on doing it, who knows how much force was going to be on that elevator cable holding us up. The things we do as new freshmen learning about things. And you know what? This love letter to resonance goes on, because then I would go to engineering school and learn about electrical resonance, because in our homes we have alternating voltage, alternating current going into our homes, and that electrical energy can go into a circuit and it can have just the right frequency to make a circuit amplify its own voltage. Like the electrical voltage coming in is at a certain level, but it's at just the right frequency so that the electrical voltage coming out of the circuit just gets real high, super amplified. Gallop and Gertie is the classic example that engineers and science students hear about resonance when they're first learning about it. It was this bridge built in Tacoma way back in the day, and the wind was blowing at just the right frequency. It was giving just the right periodicity or rhythm of energy into that bridge. And so the bridge just kept moving back and forth, and soon the mechanical energy was just too much, and it eventually just got destroyed. Resonance is crazy, and it's in so many fields of engineering. That is my engineering word of the day. If this podcast resonates with you, just keep on listening. Subscribe to the Engineering Word of the Day and don't miss any episodes. If you like this stuff, listen to my longer form podcast called the K-12 Engineering Education Podcast. You can find out more about it at k12engineering.net. Thanks.